Well, we couldn't be more excited to have you join us today on the National Real Estate Cafe with Don Getley and Gino Fronti for your daily dose of real estate market update. Because today is one of those days for sure.
This dose is a doozy, Don. It was
Yes.
a big day. We saw so much market volatility today. And when we see market volatility worldwide now, it scares people. And when panic happens, things change, don't they, Don?
That's right. So we got a little special treat for you. Please stay tuned because we got a great clip from CNBC. They did a great job of breaking down a little bit of this panic mode and what's happening in the market today. Let's cue up that clip.
As low as below 1,000 points at one point early this morning. Several attempts at a late day comeback, but they started dropping again within the last few minutes. And again, the Dow Jones Industrial Average now down 3.5, 586.13. The NASDAQ and S&P made similar falls today. This sell-off, which of course began last week on fears of what's happening in China. Let's go to Sue Herrera at CNBC to put it in perspective. What have we been watching in the last few minutes here, Sue?
We've been watching a lot of selling pressure that was built up in the market. They kept testing the market this afternoon, trying to see whether or not they could find a bottom in stocks, and they did not succeed. We finished off the lows. As you mentioned, Lester, we gapped down or moved down about 1,000 points on the open, the biggest intraday drop in the Dow Jones Industrial Average ever. Then we came back, and it looked like we were going to be steady through the day, but there are still a lot of worries about global growth. The European market sold off, and there's indications that there will be some pressure and selling in Asia as well tonight. So it isn't over yet. The volatility is still there, but I think it is good that we finished off of the lows of the trading session. They're just the traders out there, the institutions, the big banks are trying to figure out whether or not we're actually forming a bottom in this market and whether they should step in and buy.
Anybody watching the sell-off Friday might think, well, this is a problem for the big boys. Now we've seen what happened today. Going forward, for those who have money in the market, their retirement, their 401k nest egg, how concerned should they be about what's going to happen over the next week?
I think the next couple of weeks are going to be volatile. It's that time of year. And I think you should check with your investment advisor, take a look at your plan, and make sure you can handle the volatility that lies ahead.
We've heard a lot about the word correction. Has this market been artificially overheated, and this is simply a correction?
It is a correction. We haven't had a 10% correction in a couple of years, and normally we would get one of those every single year. So we are way overdue for that type of a correction, and that's healthy in a market. You want to see a 10% correction, and then the bull market might be able to resume.
Sue Herrera from CNBC.
Well, I think they did a great job, Gino, breaking it down for us because this is one of the craziest things we've seen all the way down. One of the biggest sell-offs we've seen in our lifetime.
What's interesting, though, Don, is you see these rapid sell-offs and rapid recoveries, which means that everybody's still confident in the overall underlying economy. They're still willing to jump right back in, and it's just what it did is create a tremendous of opportunity for some.
Yeah, as you can see from this chart, wow, has this been quite the ride. So, what's causing a lot of it? Well, they did a great job. Sue Herrera broke it down really well. But bottom line, here's one. Global economic problems. Remember, we're a global economy. We've been saying it for a long time.
We keep talking about it because it's how the world is different today than it was in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. So it's very hard to take how a stock market used to react in the past and try to apply it today. So when you look at historical trends that are more than 30, 40, 50 years old, they may not be as valid anymore.
So we're a little concerned with China's slowdown. We're not even sure how much the slowdown is, but there has been a slowdown. It's panicking everything. They consume more than any other country right now, so everybody's a little concerned. Their Dow Jones basically has gone way down, 8.5%. So we knew this was coming, so everybody overreacted a little bit.
Yeah, everybody got a chance to sneak peek that at Sunday night. You started getting all the text messages. China down 9%, China down 8.5%.
So here's another one, currency wars. Now, a lot of the countries now are devaluating their currencies to help increase exports so it doesn't maybe look like their economy slowing down so much to avoid maybe panic in their own countries.
Yeah, I mean, we did it here, quantitative easing. We've done a million stimulus programs. I think what we've done is lead the way and pave the way for the rest of the world to do so.
That's right. So, yeah, QE somewhere else now. And we're not even sure how that's going to affect all of us, so a little concern there. And at the bottom line is Sue Herrera did a great job. It could be just the market correction we've all been waiting for. We've been expecting it. There's usually one every year, you know?
Yeah, they just happen faster and more volatile than they used to, and that has to do a lot with electronic trading. The trades are already put, the stops are there, everything just happens automatically. There doesn't have to be someone on the trading floor necessarily calling their client saying, hey, can I do this for you?
So the other piece it's really important that we leave this with is the fact that you need to speak with a professional, because if you panicked, you probably lost a lot of money or didn't have the opportunity to make a lot of money. So speak to a professional and don't panic. This is just another run up in the market and maybe a good opportunity for you. Make sure you tune in daily to the National Real Estate Cafe, and you get this on your phone daily by texting NREC to the number 58885. That's NREC to 58885. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed such a great show.